Evening, people. Evening, evening, evening. How many times did I say evening, boys? 3 times? 4 times?
3 times.
Three
Four
times?
times. Four.
4 times. There was
I
no
can't count.
relation. There was no correlation. There was no connection. There was no reflection. There was no link between how many times I said evening, boys, to compare with the link. My little one's crying outside, so I was gonna just go off, but we went live and we were already about 10 minutes late. But there was no link between how many times I said evening, boys, and how many signings Liverpool are gonna bring this summer from now up until the end of the window. But the main thing is we have got here we go from the one and only Fabrizio Romano, who was taking pictures. I don't know when that picture was taken, but if you've got a picture with a player, that means you've got links, you've got connections. Thank you very much, Myra. Bless you. Now it's good time for you to go to bed because we're talking Liverpool. Okay, what's going on? We've got the here we go. Mr. Leone is going to head to Liverpool for his medical in the next 24 to 48 hours. 26 million. There may be some add-ons. It can only mean one thing, that Liverpool have pressed the button, but we're not done after this kid comes in.
No, I'm okay, Asim. I hope you're well, and I hope Jean's well as well. Good to see some action instead of getting teased about Isak every day with reworded nonsense or saying the same stuff of he wants to leave. We already know he wants to leave. He doesn't want to train. We already knew that a couple of weeks ago. So it was good to see some action, and it's good to see that we're acting upon the defence, which we clearly needed a defender. I think it's our first centre back signing since Ben Davies, and I would even include that. Never mind Ozan Kabak as a loan. The last proper defender was Ibrahim Konate.
Yeah.
And that's mental.
Wow.
Considering a club of our stature, we've known for ages we've been short in that department, that we finally signed a centre back, and hopefully Leone won't be the only one. We'll be hearing Guehi coming in with him, and then hopefully some attacking additions as well. So it's good news today, Asim. I'm liking it, and it was a decent watching the Spurs game as well. So
it was a decent watch. Chin, did you catch a bit of it?
Yeah, I caught bits and bobs of the game. Of course, I watched the ending as well. It was an interesting game. I was quite impressed with Spurs from what I saw. You could tell PSG was slightly off it. They weren't exactly on it. I know they've just returned back from pre-season after a summer of football for them. But at the end, Spurs do what Spurs do best.
Bottle.
And look, in a crazy way, I've wanted them to win at times.
Just for Arsenal fans.
Then I wanted them to lose. It's a weird one, isn't it, with Spurs? Sometimes you want them to win, sometimes you want them to lose. But I think before the penalty started, Avi goes to me. Asim, you were there, and Avi goes, "Oh, Spurs keeper's gonna save 2 penalties," and just for him to be wrong, I wanted PSG to win, and they only saved 1. So all in all, not being bad. How's things with you?
Yeah, I caught bits of the game. I think I started watching it around 30th minute, but where I tweeted that PSG can't cope with Brentford. And that's what it was. Those Danso's throw-ins were really hard to deal with, and they couldn't cope. First ball, second ball, loose ball. It was all happening, and it felt like, there's Wissa and Tony getting their head into the box. But fair play. And Aki mentioned, like, you know what, they look defensively good. And that's one thing Thomas Frank will do. To be fair, any manager coming into Spurs will have sorted them out, because Ange was the most extreme optimist, where he was playing the centre back in the opposition's penalty box. That's how high line his defensive line was. But I thought PSG did look undercooked. I don't know when they start in the league or when they started the Premier pre-season, but they definitely did look. Kvaratskhelia looked half the player, but it's very, very understandable. They were obviously in America playing the Club World Championship as well. So it was a good game. You could tell Spurs wanted it more, because they've just got, and it means so much to them. Something like Palace, for example, won the FA Cup and the Community Shield. We were talking about Guehi not going to Liverpool. There's obviously been a bit of a development, not a backtrack in the news from anyone, but it is not as advanced and not as done as it may be what we thought it was last night. But we'll come to Guehi later on. But in terms of that feeling of winning, you know, once you feel it, you want it more and more. And even the reactions of the Spurs, you know, Salah was on the floor. There was a few of the players really upset. But in a way, it's very good, because once you get that first trophy, you want that winning feeling more, and it becomes a habit. And it's only good to see proper football, and it's probably the indication, the Community Shield for the Premier League and the Super Cup again for the whole European leagues, that, you know what, the real footy is back, and that's what's going to be back for us under the lights at Anfield. There's already nearly 750 of you. You know what time it is. BNR 10:30 or plus. You know what? Like, Liverpool are doing a lot of add-ons, a lot of sell-on clauses, and a lot of buyback clauses. 10:30 plus 10 is the BNR. It's the BNR add-on over the summer. So yeah,
we're doing plus 10 for the last few months.
It's fine. The achievable minutes. The achievable minutes. Okay, come on. Alex, you're not getting any buyback for this super chat, mate. Thank you so much. Let's go to the cliffhanger. That was 4 evenings, and then you had another one. That was, and then you had another one, $3 Australian for you to say the name. Alex, I would love to give you a few names, but the reason why I can't, there's 2 reasons. And by the way, I didn't get the names of Lewis. I got the names of a few people. And what I did was I wanted to check if those names are doing the same, around in the same circles. And they are. And then I did a few more checks and I asked, look, can I share this? Can I tweet this? Can I tweet about this player? And I got a big, massive no, because they said, look, we're sitting on the names, and there could be options. And that's what I got told. Normally I read you the exact message out, because I like to have that little connection between the message and the people watching, but it was a phone call. And that's what I got. I asked again, probably about 4 or 5 hours later, with another person who was on the phone too as well. Can I share or can I hint? And again, it was no, not yet, mate. So if I can, what position? I can give you the position. It's a versatile attacker. And there were 2 names as well. They're both versatile attackers as well. But I'm sworn to secrecy. And I swore, and I'm not gonna lie, even Gene didn't get told those names. As you can tell from his facial expression, that even he's a bit shocked. So when I get permission, and you know what, those names might even come out in the next couple of days. But if I do get permission, I will promise you, I will come on the Ultras or come on the YouTube and give you those names. Excitement level 1.
I put that up, boys, just so you know. I put that up.
One is 9.
Bradley Backhaller. Next one.
No names.
You can't give it. I'm giving in here. You don't need to give
and
the name.
One I'd say is 6.5.
Fofana. Has to be Fofana.
One of them is
we could just guess in it. He has to play poker with his face, doesn't he? He can't tell us.
Okay, give us clues.
Oh yeah, no, look, we can't. Anyway, look, I think one's Backhaller, but we can move on.
Rightio. Dave Rose is asking
what leagues, which country stars? Oh man.
Yeah, Avi was on the phone actually to us about half an hour ago. He's away on business / holiday, so he might pop up at a random show if the buddy's out with dinner with her parents or her friends, and he might catch an extra half an hour in the hotel room, and he might pop on. But you know, Avi, if he feels like it, he'll come on.
I thought he might be doing the deal for Leone. Asim, with his message he gave on Twitter today with the Italian that you put in there as well. Thought he might be.
No, don't be going by his dealings this summer. He's had an absolute shit show over summer. He's at a shit show. Let's not take his take on the signings. He's not on today, so I can't really give him shit. But anyway, I did give him a bit of shit online.
Okay, let's go to Leone, guys. There's been this Leone talk is going to overlap between the talk of Konate. Obviously, I watched that show in the car. Gene, you discussed it with Ben Jacobs. It's going to overlap with the conversation of Guehi. There's so many questions that we've asked already, and we're going to ask again as the new kid comes through the door at Anfield. First of all, have you seen more of him over the last 24 to 40 hours? And what do you think?
Asim, yeah, look, you watch more compilations. You watch him against, there's a few match compilations that you can see of him as well. So I watched a few of them. I think everybody's seen the clip in regards to what he did with Lukaku. I think that was doing the rounds.
And Vlahovic as well.
And Vlahovic as well too, and they were doing the rounds. Look, the minute I saw this player, Asim, I liked him. I loved the way 6'4", 6'5", tall, commanding, ball playing centre back. And you think, you know what, this kid's a good player. There's even a compilation I saw, I think the last 15, 16 players that have dribbled him, and he still did, even that looked pretty good. I know a couple of times he did get dribbled past, but still, even that was pretty good from him. I've been raving about him. I think in terms of young defenders in the world, I think this guy makes the complete sense. We need somebody who's really, really good in the air, and he's definitely possesses that. You put up the stats regarding his percentages, and then we see, I know some people said his ball playing. You said his percentage wasn't that great, but when I've seen him, he's a player that I know will improve. He's a player that I know will definitely improve his ball playing ability, ball playing skills. He's got a decent ping on him, strong, and I want somebody that a bit not Virgil-esque like, but a stature, at least the stature of Virgil, the physicality of Virgil. I think that's what Liverpool wanted. That's what Liverpool needed, and we needed, especially if we're going to sign a player like Mark Guehi. The next one had to be somebody who's going to be 6'3", 6'4" minimum, and I think that's what Liverpool have done. Gone in hard. I'm absolutely buzzing that we're going to sign him. Like really buzzing. I see him. I mentioned it previously. He looks like a player that's like Dean Huijsen 12 months ago. If he comes in at Liverpool, cracks on, head down, learns from the best, he can really, really become the future of Liverpool Football Club, the defense of Liverpool Football Club. What are your thoughts?
I'll take it as well. So I've been doing the same as Gene. I've been watching a few compilations, and one thing I noticed was he's a very strong boy. He's a big lad, and he's very strong, and he can get his body in the way, and he can bully even the biggest of men. He didn't look the quickest to me, but he's still young. He could still get faster. I know he's only 18, but he didn't look the quickest to me. But maybe with them long legs, he might be able to stride and make up ground. So you never know. Some defenders don't look the quickest, but you'll be surprised on the pitch how quick they actually are. And another thing I didn't mind was, his ball playing. Like Gene said, it might not be great percentage-wise, but when you see him on the ball, he doesn't look awkward with it. He looks like he can do something with it. Like Konate sometimes, he looks like there's a disaster waiting to happen when he's got the ball. He looks a bit gangly, a bit awkward, a bit like Bambi on ice, similar to how Sacco used to look, but nowhere near as bad, obviously. So I like that, but I still need to see a bit more of him, and I'm glad we're bringing in a centre-back, even though he's young. And like Gene said, similar to Huijsen, even some people are putting comparisons of Euro, is good. Bring him in early, and if the likes of Juve and Milan were interested, he must be a quality centre-back. And from what I can see online, from like certain Juve content creators, they were gutted that they weren't getting him because they were already gutted. They let Huijsen go a year ago. So they were saying, we had a chance to bring back someone who had a similar type of quality of a Huijsen, maybe not as good as a ball player, but as in prospect, as in the talent wise. So they were gutted. So it was a good sign to see that people were rating him so highly. And like I said, need to maybe watch a bit more of him, but either way, to bring in a young lad as a fourth choice, because I don't think we need him as a third, but as a fourth choice, it's quality signing. For that price, 26 million, can't go wrong, Asim, not in this market.
Gene, I was just about to say medical tomorrow, but literally 30 seconds ago, Fabrizio Romano.
Yeah, Fabrizio Romano, 30 seconds ago, just told you he's going for a medical.
I think that was Gene. Can you hear me?
It was you, Asim, you chipped.
Was it me?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, just as I was going to say, medical tomorrow. I was going to ask the question. Understand Giovanni Leoni will fly to Merseyside on Thursday in the next hours as deal with Liverpool is sealed. All documents have been approved, and Liverpool have just authorized Leoni to fly for the medical tests. Here we go. 100% confirmed. The boy is a red. Gene, you asked me what I thought. To be honest with you, I've not had time to. Normally, I do a bit of a profile check on the Twitter, write a load of nonsense, which takes about 2-3 tweets. But I was planning to do that over the next 2-3 days. But Liverpool have got their foot down. Liverpool have got their foot down. And I can tell you, Liverpool are working on transfers. And we are working. We are working really hard behind the scenes. And so I'll probably do that over the weekend now. The boy will probably get announced maybe on Friday or Saturday morning. You can tell the content is going to be about our new Italian kid over the next day or so. And yeah, he is a big, strong lad. I echo all your sentiments that you guys have just expressed, that he looks strong. Every Italian generally likes a tackle. All those centre backs, they feel like to feel the attacker, and all these small little clips I've seen of him. Obviously, the famous one with the Lukaku in front of him, but there's been a few. But my slight concern is the lack of competitive games he has played, and that I think this is the reason why Liverpool have looked at that, and it's been a factor in bringing him in. That if he's coming in as fourth choice and your third choice is nailed on in terms of appearances, and your third choice is nailed on with your your third choice and your second choice in terms of Konate and Gomez are nailed on and reliable when it comes to appearances, then you're okay. But I think Liverpool have looked at that and saw that and think, okay, can we rely on this guy? Considering what I've just mentioned about those two ahead of him, and probably not. They want to give him the right environment to really excel and develop at the club, and that is with Mark Guehi at the club as well. Just do not give him that pressure that you have to from day one, because Joe Gomez, let's be honest, in a month's time he might be out for 3-4 weeks, and then who's next in line? It's Leone, an 18-year-old kid who's played about 30 competitive games in the Italian league, and they're not even been all in Serie A. And you're expecting him to come in for Konate and Van Dijk. And this is not what we just talked about, Tottenham and playing the back five and having the next three midfielders, a flat three in front of you, and we're sitting in a mid block and a low block, even against someone like PSG. This is a attacking, front foot, possession-based team which takes risks. And I keep referring to back to what the manager has been saying all the last 12 months since he's taken over at Liverpool, that he wants speed. He wants people to change in directions in quick moments and be unpredictable, but also have that dueling ability. And when you need to have that dueling ability is when you're not reliant on your mate to give you any protection. And it reminds me sometimes at times where we played a lot of five-side football where you can't double up. You can't double up. And this is how professional football is played, especially when in a man-to-man system where you defend together and you attack together. But if one man makes a mistake, it jumps too early or backs off too late, and the duel is not come. You played plenty of football as well, Ake. It only takes one man to make a mistake, and you don't double up. And the reason why I mentioned that is if you sometimes double up when you don't need to, it creates space elsewhere, whether you're on a 5-a-side pitch or an 11-a-side pitch. And that is the high risk that you need to take. It is risk and reward. When it's on point, you can beat any side in the world. And we showed against even the best side that we saw today against PSG, where you have to be brave. You have to let your defenders, you have to let your attackers, and you have to let your midfielders just take care of their own business. And this is what we need him to take care of his own business, not from straight away, not from day one, because that would be unfair on the kid. Let him develop, see the likes of Mohamed Salah and Van Dijk train on a daily basis and learn from the best. And this is the reason why I think Mark Guehi is going to come in. So I'll do more of a profile check over the next 2-3 days. I'll see what I think he's really, really good at. Obviously, we've gone through the general stats, but there's nothing like a proper eye test, the old traditional eye test, and then you can talk about the player. But Mark Guehi, we've heard over the last 24 hours, we were talking about him about a Liverpool player. My personal opinion is this talk about Mark Guehi is willing to stay at the club. This is not a deal that is a done deal. I think personally it's come from the Crystal Palace side of things, where they just want a bit more money. Do you agree?
I think it's Mark Guehi saying it. I think
Wow.
I'll tell you why, and my reason behind that is genuinely believe that Palace probably are trying to get more money. Palace want to sell. Mark Gay is thinking, bloody hell, I need a decision within the next 2 days. What are you guys playing at? Right. If you're not going to decide, either I'm going this summer or I'm going on a free next summer. You make your mind up in the next 2 to 3 days. Either I'm going to Liverpool and this agree a fee, or I ain't signing no contract. I'm off. I'm going to stay for 1 more year. I'll play the 38 games, and next summer I'll go.
No, I agree. The player wants to move, but
No,
there
but
was
I think he's piling pressure on his own team to an extent now, saying, "Look, sort it out. What you guys, sort it out. They want the player. They're willing to pay a fee. Either let him go. If it's Palace saying, Asim, or they want more money, Liverpool just hold. They need to go and buy and sign his replacement as well, and they want the money. It's not like they've made it practically crystal clear. And I what's his name? Ben mentioned in the earlier show. I think Parish has shown his hand for once,
he has.
right?
He said
And
after the Community Shield.
because he's already shown his hand. We know exactly where we stand with him, so we will just play the game. And if he's gonna start demanding stupid money, then we're not gonna go in. But now we're not gonna go in with the stupid money. Gay's come out and said, right, I'm gonna stay. If you can't sort it out, I'm staying. I'm not signing a contract. Parish is gonna have to come back and say, okay, let's accept a fee because the player wants to go. Otherwise, he's going to go for a free next summer, and Liverpool are willing to play, and that's his preferred choice. That's my take on it anyway.
Yeah, but I'm sure I can't get the exact tweet. So the narrative was saying that this deal
wasn't far off.
Yesterday. We were talking about maybe Guehi's going to become a Liverpool player within the next 24 to 48 hours. But then it was a bit of a backtrack where, I can't exactly remember who it was, but the message was that it's not as advanced as first reported.
Alex Cook.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like,
maybe obviously Palace want to sell. The player wants Liverpool. Obviously, you talked about what Parish has said, but the message was that why would the message just randomly change after 12 hours or 24 hours in China about this deal isn't as advanced? Who's the message come out from? Who's leaked that?
Must be Palace.
Oh, that's Palace.
That's what I mean.
This is
Palace
you mean the
probably
news?
leaked that.
I think the news about him signing saying that him coming out and saying, I want to sign a contract. I don't think that's Palace saying it. Palace can't say he's going to stay for another year. He's come out and said that he wants to thingy. Oh, sorry. I think I've got the wrong instinct. I was thinking you're talking about the other. I'm thinking about his him staying on for another year. Why he's put that out there to put the pressure on Parish.
Aki?
It seems like we're all confused here, but I think
I think that message came out because Palace probably, after, maybe you're right, Palace showed his cards, Liverpool made the move, it was on, really close to completion, but all of a sudden it's probably gone back a couple of days, and maybe Palace thought, you know what, Liverpool have made their move after the Community Shield, it's all looking like it's going to get completed, but you know what, just give us the extra few million, because apparently we were around
34 mil.
Yeah, let me just quickly get my message up. The message I received in the evening. Parish adamant he wants 40 million. Guehi apparently has also wanted assurances of game time, but that is likely not to be true. We've only offered 35 million, apparently 30 million plus 5 million add-ons. If that is true, if Palace are around 40 million pounds and Liverpool are around 30 million pounds plus 5, are they asking for a few extra £1 million, Ake?
They probably are, because someone said in the comments as well, and there might be some truth to this, because I've heard this is true, that Chelsea do have a sell-on clause, a 10% sell-on clause. So if they do, of course, maybe them add-ons that we've offered maybe aren't so easily achievable. And maybe Palace wanted to do, instead of, winning trophies, it might be to do appearance-based as well. So it might be due to the fact that they just probably want to haggle us for a few more mil, because they've got a sell-on clause as well, which they're going to have to pay to Chelsea. So maybe it's one of them where it's just a bit of negotiation tactics now, where they're kind of just like stalling on the deal because they just want a couple of extra mil. And surely from that, you don't walk away. You come to a compromise and, make sure the deal goes through. Because like you said last night, it was so close, Asim. How can it just drastically change now? And be someone that it's not going to happen now. But I don't believe that. I think it will happen. I think they'll come to a compromise. Whether it be 36 million or 37 million or something like that.
Our very own ref is in the house. But at least if you're going to engage in the chat, at least go back to school and write proper English. No, they not meet in the middle, lads.
How do you because a ref like that?
His ref is better. Is worse than his English. Well, anyway, come back. Look, I like to engage with you, man. You're like a nice guy, but here we are. You're seeing your best mates in the chat. No, they not meet in the middle, lads.
You don't mute, Gene.
I think that's probably closer to Leone's Italian than his English.
They not meet in the middle.
By the way, this guy is a coach for a professional football club. I can't mention the club. I'm going to safeguard.
God help those kids.
I don't know how the hell he's a coach, but good on him. He's a coach, a full-time coach at a professional football club.
Are you surprised why the grassroots level is fucked in this country? Because they got fucking coaches like Abid teaching our kids. In all honesty.
Lord have mercy.
Here we go. Something new.
Mark Guehi.
Oh, that's old.
Gene, what, 35 to 37 million deal gets done? Yes. I think so.
Yeah, around that sort of mark. I think that's they're the sort of numbers that Liverpool are looking at, and I think that's the deal. That's 1 year left in his contract, 37 million from Palace. I think it gets done. I think hopefully in the next few days, it'll come to fruition that Liverpool, and plus Ben was mentioning earlier, Ben Jacobs, this is not the other Ben, that he wants this deal to what's his name? Mark Guehi wants to get his future resolved over the next few days. Oops, sorry.
I've been ringing him saying
that's probably Abid.
It's Avi's agent.
It's bullshit then. Carry on. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Gene. It'll get done with. At the end of the day, if Romano came out yesterday and said personal terms are agreed as well, and we're not far off getting an agreement with both clubs, it'll get done. And we'll have 2 centre-backs coming in, and it's about time we've got that depth in the centre-back region. And then we can move on to pressing matters, which is the forward line. And we can get in maybe 2 forwards, Asim, like he teased us with, because he said evening 4 times, didn't you?
No comment. Gene, there was a few tweets today I read when this, not backtrack, but this news came out that Guehi's not as close as what we thought it was 24 hours ago. And there became an urge from Liverpool fans. We need to pay whatever it takes for Guehi to come to Liverpool. Some were saying we need to get him because he's better than Konate, and he will start ahead of Konate.
Oh, yeah.
Do you agree?
Look, I'm a massive Ibrahim Konate fan, and I can't agree. I think Ibrahim Konate will come good. Look, there's different ways of looking at it. Mark Guehi, brilliant footballer, done unbelievably well at Crystal Palace, leader, a fully fledged England international who played, plays practically every game for them, and he's a brilliant footballer. But guys, come on, yar. Let's not disrespect Ibrahim Konate, man. Yes, towards the end, it's easy to just look at, towards the end of last season, he was shit. Boys, Mo Salah towards the end of last season was shit. There was a lot of players towards the end of last season that were shit. Ryan Gravenberch, who we thought was unbelievable. We were, going crazy about him. He was shit towards the end of last season. So come on, man. We need to take a step
Shall we ask a chat?
No, I want to finish because I need to defend Ibrahim Konate here. Yeah, because I'm a big fan of him, Asim. Yeah,
I can tell.
Ibrahim Konate is one of the best defenders in the world. Make no mistake. I don't care what anybody says. He's one of the best defenders in the world. Yes, he's injury prone. Yes, he might not have the best the ball playing skills like other players might have, like the Dean Huysons of this world, the Van Dijks of this world. But boy, he is an unbelievable defender and starts for practically any club in the world. There's a reason why Real Madrid are sniffing around and PSG are sniffing around. This guy isn't somebody who's just gonna, we've got teams like Leeds United or United or any other team. This is the creme de la creme of European football wanting Ibrahim Konate. So for anybody to say he's not as good, nah, man, that's not for me. Ibu Konate will come good. At the start of the season, I thought he was brilliant. Towards the end of the season, he did sort of back off. His injuries are an issue. Mark Guehi is a brilliant defender, but he's not better than Ibu Konate.
Yeah,
in 3 months' time, Aki,
go on.
Who is going to be starting at right centre back for Liverpool?
Ibu Konate.
Shall we ask the chat?
As long as he's not injured. Like Gene said, everything Gene said was bang on. The only two things that, if you can even look at it and say Guehi he has over Konate, is availability, which I look at as a skill in itself, and his passing on the ball. That's it. Other than that, every other metric, Konate is a beast. He gets into any side in the world. Do you know what I mean? He's a world-class centre-back. We were comparing him to Saliba last season, and now all of a sudden we're comparing him to Mark Guehi.
Mark Guehi is going to be... I think Asim believes Konate is a better defender, but I think Asim believes Mark Guehi will be starting for Liverpool.
But that's because he'll probably
in 3 months' time.
Yeah, but
I don't believe
that. Slot wants a
I'm here to ask the question.
Right
eh?
I'm here to ask the question.
Okay, so in 3 months' time, who's going to be starting?
I'm here to ask the question. I'm waiting for the chat.
They've given you answers. They've already given me. Just because you're waiting for them doesn't mean you can't give your own.
But I drink me now, eh?
Oh wow, that's nice. She's come back for it. Yeah. Close the door for that. Right. No, I do think Ibu Konate. And Alamin's in the chat, and he said, I think I've lost it, but I'm paraphrasing here. He said, Ibu Konate is not a world-class defender. Asim laughed at me when I said this. When did Ibu Konate... Look, Ibu Konate is a better defender than Gabriel. And Arsenal fans talk about Gabriel like he's the best thing since sliced bread. So I'm not saying Ibu Konate is the footballer like Saliba. He's not the footballer like Van Dijk. They're different profiles, different players. But the role that Ibu Konate plays for Liverpool, when he's on it, when he's fit, when he's firing and on it, there is nobody better. Nobody better. Does he have deficiencies? Of course he does. He's not a Van Dijk. Does Saliba have deficiencies? Of course he does. He can't win a header against a 3-4 footballer. So, and he gets, I think Saliba there, if you get a guy who's like 6 foot, not Mateta, because Mateta will give anyone a problem. But there's a few 6, 7 out of 10 Premier League strikers that have given Saliba a lot more problems. Because if you put it on him, I think he's a bit of a pussy. But Arsenal fans won't agree with me. But anyway, I think Ibu Konate is world class. Now, there's many Liverpool fans that don't think Ibu Konate is world class because of his lack of technical ability. I get that. But because Van Dijk is next to him, and maybe he was protected with the technical level of Trent and how important he was as well to our build-up, it sort of protected Ibu's, and it sort of got his lack of technical ability got hit a bit. But I wouldn't choose any defender when he's on it. No one better. But does that mean Guehi cannot reach that level of duels and become an established defender at Liverpool as well? He needs to improve in the air. That's one area of improvement. Does he need to improve in the duels and ground duels? Well, he's still playing in the Premier League. Yes, he's got a bit of extra protection playing in a back five than compared to playing in a back four. But I do believe he's got that ability and he's got the hunger and he's got the ambition to come. He can go to Newcastle and go to Spurs and start for them. But he's decided to come to a club that's got Ibu Konate and Virgil van Dijk starting in the first 11. That tells me that this boy has got what it takes to get that first team place. And if he thinks that, then I back that 100%. But yeah, going back to Konate, I've called him the best channel defender in the world, and I still stand by that. Yeah, his contract situation is concerning. I think someone called it 50-50 today to me. And that's where we're at. But is Guehi an accomplished replacement for Konate? Of course he is. Of course he is. Okay, let's subscribe to the channel, like the stream if you are in a good mood, just like all of us. We've got a new member,
You want me to say Asim?
Ayodele Bankole.
Ayodele Bankole.
I take that. That's
I
good
probably
enough.
said it wrong as well, don't worry.
No, I take that. If Ayodele is in the building and we've butchered your name, please do let us know and give us a bit of a transliteration of your name, and we'll pronounce it properly. But I think we made a good effort with it. Thank you so much for becoming a BNR member. A BNR Ultra is $4.99 a month. Get in touch with me, Ayodele, please, on Twitter, and I'll send you the Ultra WhatsApp link, and you'll become part of the the crazy gang on WhatsApp. And then about a week or 2 weeks time, actually probably about 10 days, well, we'll be in I think we're doing some test streams on Saturday, Gene.
Yeah,
we're doing some test streams on Saturday.
I think our first watch along is going to be Newcastle, guys. It doesn't seem like Bournemouth. We did try to get it in for Bournemouth, but we don't want to get it wrong, and I think we're trying our best to get it to a place where the first stream is a good one. So we might have to wait another week, but it's getting there. We're not far away. Are you not
going to play rock, paper, and scissors? Or are we going to still wait?
Yeah, I balled in it yesterday, man.
We'll do it tomorrow. I need.
You didn't want to
get used to that game. I need to get used to that game.
Look at him, man.
You want to go to Newcastle? Let's play rock, scissors.
Look, man. Yeah,
there we are. Look at Damien. Damien goes, Asim should get the game. Look.
Oh, fuck. Why should he get the game? What's he done?
He might mean you have to stream it, Asim. And then
yeah, exactly. Damien, you mean Asim should be doing the watch along and I should go to the game?
How far are the studios away from you? They're about half an hour, Shakir. About half an hour. Selection is in the house. Did I go through the other supers first?
I think there might be one before.
I'm coming. More Shorts X super chat, but thingy.
You sent another one.
Oh, did he send another one more?
Yeah.
There we are, Muhammad. Does the names Asim got affect the Isak deal? One does, one doesn't.
So the 90 million pound one, the 9 out of 10 one does, and the 6 out of 10 doesn't.
Look, I'm trying to respect the super chat. You can make whatever you want of it. I've got to be the gentleman.
I'm always on the super chat side, man.
That's the same one as the previous one, isn't it? Selection is in the house. Thank you so much, Selection. Always supporting the boys. Ibu, right centre back. Guehi should be on left centre back / central centre back, i.e. Van Dijk's position. Has the capacity to marshal the defence in Virgil absence too. Something I think Ibu can't do. I agree with this. Because what I was talking about, the lack of technical level. You always need a Van Dijk in a team. You always need a Saliba in the team, and then you need someone to complement the footballer.
Do you think that would work, Asim? Because everybody's been talking about Van Dijk and Guehi. No one's been mentioning that if Van Dijk gets to finally rest in certain dead rubber games, you get to see a Konate and Guehi.
Sorry, you say that again?
Everyone's been talking about Guehi coming in and obviously playing with Van Dijk instead of talking about whether Konate could potentially play with Guehi, because Van Dijk can finally get some rest, get rotated a little bit.
I mentioned this yesterday. The beauty about Mark Guehi and the beauty that was or is at Real Madrid about Dean Huijsen. Obviously, he's at a slightly different stage of his career, but what both have in common is what I call them is the dual ball playing defenders. And you can play a left-sided centre back, and although Huijsen plays the right sided centre back slightly differently than what Guehi would, but they both have a ping. They both can carry the ball into midfield. We were talking about Joe Gomez and the similarities that Mark Guehi has with him. He can play left back and come into midfield. He can play right back and come into midfield. He can do a job right across the back line. And what you're saying about if he can cover Konate, he can become a carrier, he can become a dueler. If the right back is going crazy with freedom, he can go across and act as a situational right back. He can go into midfield, like I said. But if he's covering Van Dijk, and then he can be this middle centre back and start pinging it across, putting balls into midfield with the Gravenberg and having that connection that we've all talked about from Van Dijk to Guehi.
Right.
So look, it is options. And this is the reason why I was always up for 2 centre backs. But if I had a choice and someone told me that Liverpool are signing 3 players, with Guehi coming in, I would have accepted 1 centre back because of his versatility. And because I'm concerned, I can't lie, about the left wing role, that I think I'm not at the moment. I'm not happy with it. Gakpo and Rio. Gakpo is a good player. Rio is a really promising player. Just breaking
Slightly
news.
underwhelming, isn't it?
I'll be honest with you.
Compared to last year's left wing role of having Diaz, and then he even had, Jota, who could have, due to tragic circumstances, even he used to sometimes play on that left wing role as well. So
Exactly.
all of a sudden, we lost quite a bit of depth there.
Oh, okay. Breaking news. Josh has just aggregated it. It's from Sky Carver. Liverpool remain in talks for Crystal Palace defender Guehi and are favourites to sign the England international. The question is whether they can negotiate a fee now or wait to sign him as a free agent next summer. Basically, what we all been talking about the valuation gap. So I think it gets done. If it was like the last couple of days, I might be concerned. Liverpool might not just find the time to, agree a fee. But the beauty about this situation when it concerns Liverpool and Liverpool's fans, Ali, I'm coming to your super chat. I'm sorry, I forgot it. Is Palace need to sell and want to sell, and there's bloody nearly 3 weeks to go to the end of the window. So Guehi, in my opinion, will become a Liverpool player. Ali, super chat. Asim is the versatile attacker. You know what, Achin? I should do a lot of more cliffhangers. It means we get a lot of more super chats. Asim is the versatile attacker instead. I told you that they're both versatile attackers. One is instead of Isak, and one is not. Okay. Any more questions about the versatile attackers? Please send more super chats. Thank you.
No, you're not. No.
I'm only joking. Which is Leone's dominant foot? That's a good question. You guys have seen him more than me.
Right-footed,
right-footed. The war, he's not bad with his left either, if I'm honest with you, but right-footed.
Okay. Right, yo. Alexander Isak. Let's get it out of the way. It's a biggest surprise of the summer that we've taken 43 minutes and we've probably not mentioned his name. Wow. The shock of the summer. Let's go to the big man. It looks like Ramsey's deal is going to go over the line the next 24 to 48 hours. That deal is really, really advanced. What's happening there, Ake? Tell me. Like, Newcastle suddenly spending the whole Isak money, but is it a concern? Is it a change of tactic from Newcastle that let's go strengthen the team in other areas and maybe look at someone like Anthony Gordon playing down the middle and having Ramsey and Barnes and a few others on the left-hand side? Even Elanga can do that job, and maybe playing a false 9 this summer. Obviously, they'll have the Visser option as well. But it looks like if you can't get attackers, let's go get the ones that we also wanted later in the window and maybe get the attackers later in the window as well. So a change of tactic, or is it concern for Liverpool?
No, I don't think it's concern for Liverpool at all, Asim. I think they're just trying to get the other business done because they can't just be waiting on strikers like they have for the last month. They've been getting rejected left, right, centre. They have to move on to other targets. So they've bought in Malik Thiaw now, which is a centre-back, which they knew they needed. So they've done that. Maybe they probably know Isak's money is coming in now and they can splash a bit more in other areas than they could before. Maybe they had priority positions where they knew they couldn't spend a certain amount of money because they didn't have the big cash flow. They might have been, I heard they had around 100 to 120 million to spend in the summer. Now with Isak's money coming in, which I think they will receive that money because I think we will sign him. they'll have 200 million plus to play with. So they're probably thinking, let's just strengthen in these other areas while people know we don't have that money coming in from Isak. And we can slowly but surely find a striker afterwards as well. And from what we've seen, I think it was today or yesterday, I've seen that at first they weren't sold on Nicholas Jackson, but now they're starting to look at Nicholas Jackson and thinking, you know what, we might have to go for him. So they're running out of options in a forward line, but they've done a bit of smart business in getting other areas strengthened while they were slacking, because they've been all over the place this summer, Asim. And I think once Wissa comes in, and I'm sure that's not too far off now, and then another forward comes in, surely once they get two forwards, Asim, surely that's when you see our bid go straight through.
One striker, man. One goes in.
Even one now. Do you think they're at that point now? Look, even when we get one, that's it. We're just going to take the money.
Got to get go, and then they have to. One will come in. We will go for Isak, and then they will have the money to go and bring in another one and try and see who they can get, and they might have to pay a premium towards the end on a player. But if one comes in, I think we're getting him.
Gene, I'm slowly. I'm not there yet, but I'm thinking about the idea that Newcastle might even sell Alexander Isak without getting an official striker in.
I think one they will. They can't go into the season with one.
I think this is more or less done.
So they've got Wissa, Barnes, Elanga, Gordon. Is there anyone I've missed out? Osula. That's 5. And then if they do get Jackson, that's 6. That is a lot of forwards.
Yeah, but his team's in Champions League, man.
Yeah, but not everyone has top decent.
Yeah, but Osula, that's his 5th, 6th choice anyway. Yeah. So Barnes and Gordon. Yeah, Murphy as well.
Not Murphy.
You're right. But they're no 9s though, man.
Yeah. Well, like Asim was saying, what if they decide to...
So one.
Wissa can play 9 though as well, Gene.
Sorry, Wissa. I mean, Wissa will be 1. I can't see them going in for 1.
Yeah, you might be right, Gene. It might just be they get Wissa and say, okay, you know what? We've got a forward in. Bring us the bid. Give us 125 or whatever they're going to ask for, and we get the deal done.
Yeah, what do you think, Asim? This will be 1. I get why Asim saying that. They're at that stage now where even if they get 1, they might think, you know what, let's strengthen in every other area, get it right, get it ready. And if we have to wait, at least we've got every other position boxed off. Issue with them idiots is they're getting shafted in every other position as well.
You're getting rejected by everyone. It's embarrassing for him. I felt sorry for him, but I don't feel sorry for him anymore.
Oh, no. You know what? I used to feel sorry. I felt sorry for him as well. But you know what? The thing is, their own fault. They had at least a year to sort it out. And to be fair, I feel sorry for Eddie Howe to an extent because Bachara doesn't have a sporting director.
Yeah.
So that's made life a lot difficult for him.
Mitchell messed everything up for him, didn't he? He didn't tie Isak down to a new contract. He left everything on Eddie Howe. And then obviously Isak felt disrespected. And they're in that situation because of that now. If they tied him to a new contract, we might not be talking about getting Isak this summer at all. He might have been happy to stay if they were giving him big bucks.
No, I agree with you. I think if this contract came to him last summer, he would have signed it. If they offered him 200 plus a week last summer, he would have signed it. Especially with 3-4 years left on his contract. 4 years he would have been. He would have 100% signed it. What are you laughing at him? Well, you laughing at? You must have something.
Yeah.
No, I'm just laughing at a few of the comments, man. That's all I'm laughing at.
No, it's just you're looking at your phone, you're doing this, you're doing that. I'm thinking, what do you hope if you got something to say it?
Where's your drink on? Now you come back to drink your water.
Absolutely boiling in here. Honestly. I'm hot. I'm actually sweating. Honestly, I'm sweating in here.
It's about 30 degrees today, man. It's boiling.
It's boiling in this room. Really room.
They'll be playing Scrabble with you next as well, Asim.
Huh?
They'll be playing Scrabble with you next as well.
There will be. Gene, when will we start panicking?
I'm not panicked.
I know right now, but when will you?
I don't think I am gonna. I think whatever it is, we're gonna get him. And in a way, the crazy way, I want him to be on deadline day.
It'd be mental if it is. I'll be honest with you, Asim. If that's me and it's gone to the last,
I don't want him to. I want him for Arsenal. Yeah, I do want him to play against Arsenal. I want him to be at Anfield for the Arsenal game, blah blah. But you know what? There's something about a deadline day signing in there, and especially imagine it's the biggest one, and you're the talk of the town. Yeah, man. I don't mind. Look, I'm confident that we will sign him. I think we will get him. So there's no panic. My only panic is I'm worried that we don't bring in another forward, and I think we need one. If we can bring in two centre backs, oh yeah, what a window that'd be, man. Imagine Leone.
You know what I would say about that versatile attacker? I've got a bit of a backtrack. I gave him a 9 dinner.
Yeah.
I think it's more of an 8.
Oh, okay.
It's more of an 8.
Fucking hell, this guy and Avi backtrack like no man's business.
No.
Again, Daniel, yeah. It has been half an hour, bro, and he's backtracked.
It's a
so
live show.
Now I'm thinking Barcola.
It's a live show. Look, you might think 8.
Might be Liao team.
Some people might think Barcola's an 8.
Well, 9's a Rodrigo then. So you basically, if Barcola's an 8,
some people might think Rodrigo's an 8 as well.
Yeah, come on, they're not Edit Bagaldani. That's available in world football right now. That's a 9, a versatile forward. Rodrigo.
When I get permission to give you the name,
9.
That's getting clipped.
The 9,
clip that, man.
The 9 is a versatile forward who's available this summer. Well, I'm sorry, but there's only one name. Rodrigo.
Well, you said Barcola first.
But you're saying now he's an 8. So that's why I said I've dropped down from Rodrigo. It's not Rodrigo. It's not what's his name?
What I will do is say is
wait. Am I going to be happy?
Or would we both be happy? Would you think majority of fans would be happy?
I'm just trying to think
about
it's
Anthony Gordon.
We've discussed this player. I'm trying to think about what Aki has asked. You know what? What I will say.
Go on.
Someone has mentioned that player in the chat tonight.
Oh, yeah, do you want me to go through every single comment now? There's been years.
That's all I'm giving you.
Well, fuck off. Now you're pissing me off.
A million names in that, Asim.
I don't give a shit. What do you look? Many people will say.
Message me privately. Don't worry.
So many people will say, "Look, I am not even want to discuss this sort of thing with you," and they'll just give you straight bar after straight bar. At least I've given you 3-4 things. For God's sake.
You teased us with something. I'll give you that.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, I think I could have done better, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean you could have done
better?
I
mean, the customer bullshit. I couldn't give you 10 names that were linked to this guy. I just because I'm no ITK, Aki, I just came to Isak. Nah, they can't give a name.
Gene, you speak into existence. You say Matsuma happens.
They can source to say my flipping give us we have Versailles here thinking about which this player is can't give us. Don't talk about the bullshit sources again. If you can't give a name, don't mention it. Don't mention it then. Don't say
the people want to know, man.
They don't want to know.
They look at the chat. If you can't look at the chat, Lennon,
don't talk about it. Evan Ferguson.
Evan Ferguson.
Do you get what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you
can't give us a name, then don't bring it up.
You know what it is? I can't say that analogy because we're live and I know kids watch, but I'll tell you afterwards. But he teased us in a certain way.
Look, Abby's the same.
Right. Oh, but then what's it?
Bomba. Bomba, okay? Some Chankla player from fucking Scotland.
He's not a Chankla player.
Right? Then I've got this guy saying, bro, 9 out of 10. I'm thinking, okay, it might be Rodrigo.
Next time.
Later, they're backlashing to 8 and still can't give names.
Yeah, because look, if I went over from 9 to 6.
Listen, he's not doing that other and said, hey,
you
know, okay, if I went over from 9 to 6, then that you could have like all this abuse that you're giving me would have been justified. But I thought about it whilst on the show. You know what? He's not a 9. He's not a 9. But these sort of mistakes happen in the live show, man. In a pre-recorded show.
What I'm saying, listen,
come back.
Listen, if you can't now remember this. If you can't give us a name, don't fucking tell us. We don't want to know. The chat doesn't want to know. I don't want to know. Aki doesn't want to know. Nobody wants to know. If you can't give us a name, don't tell us. Player. Million players of that player. Give it 9. 9 is 8.
Shall we ask the chat? Shall we ask the chat?
Ask them what?
They all agree with
Do
me.
they like
Yeah,
getting
look, they
teased?
all agree with me,
Oh,
man.
do they like getting teased? They probably love it, Asim. I'll be honest
Look,
with you.
Gina
We're
speaking
here
for
for
the
the
fire.
people.
See, look, there you go, bro. They all want me, man.
Oh,
They know,
Allah,
they
all right.
know Gene is one of
Fully
us. See, I told you, man. They know, what am I telling you, Asim? Stay
No,
away,
Dave,
man.
Dave is saying you're losing it. You're
Yeah, because
losing
I'm
it.
losing it. Dave is with
Stay
me as well.
cool. Stay cool.
1-0 Gene.
The chat was always gonna
Asim
agree.
is against you, bro. I'll be honest with you. The chat's looking like they're on Gene's side.
Yeah, they were always gonna agree.
They're all with me, Asim, man.
Gene is the man of the people. Anjay. Okay.
Anyway,
Let's
carry
move
on.
Let's go through the supers. Ooh, it's Nusa and Amora.
Good
Go
shout,
on, Sed.
Antonio Nu says.
Nice shout that is. We have got another one. Go on, Ake.
Oh, you want me to... The Sanish Sham Becker.
Yeah, that's good enough for me. Thank you so much, the Sunish. Please give us a message as well. I'll put it up. But thank you so much for the super chat. Con Zar HL Productions, fully worried about no Isak now, lads. My question earlier, Aki, to Chin, he's not panicking. He's not.
I'm not panicking either, Asim. I don't think...
When will you panic?
I was saying before...
Seriously, when will you panic?
Yeah, I tell you when I panic, Asim. If it's 2 days left to go to the transfer window and we're still on the same shit now, where you're hearing he wants to leave, but Liverpool haven't paid, there's no encouragement. If I hear that same old shit again, I'm telling you now, then it's not happening. Then pull out. Move on to Mr. 8 out of 10 and go for him instead, please. Because then otherwise I don't want to see Isak then, because then it's not happening then. We know it's not going to happen, is it? We don't normally take 8 out of 10s, we're all happy with 8 out of 10s normally in life, so it's a good shout, you know.
Yeah, my 8 might be your 9, okay? You never know.
True. Preferences and taste, all that stuff.
Think positive. Rashid RBM asked him if Newcastle didn't open the door, could you see us forcing it? I think Liverpool will break down that door eventually, Rashid.
It's going to be Gene breaking it down.
Yeah.
He's going to be kicking it up and say, this is Liverpool.
Yeah, 100%. Right. Thank you so much, Rashid, by the way, for your super chat. Mark Wolf is in the house. Smile if
You're
it's
smiling.
Smile if it's Yildiz. Gene would have liked Yildiz.
I would have liked Yildiz as well, Asim.
Someone just sent me Josh's tweet. Have heard them, yes. I tried finding a name yesterday, but no luck. I'd say want to keep an eye on around the deadline day if it progresses. Maybe a late opportunity. So there you go. People, I am not chatting shit. You even heard Lewis Steele come and talk about a few versatile attackers options. But please let me repeat, I did not get those names from Lewis. So it is doing the is news around the Liverpool circle. Nadir says, big up boys, I don't see Ibu being dropped, especially when I see Frimpong having more license to get forward than Trent did. Thoughts, Ake?
Yeah, it's true. We've seen the way Frimpong overlaps. I know Kirk sits a bit on the left side compared to Frimpong. When you're watching a Palace game, you see more of Frimpong overlapping. You do need someone to sweep up then, and you will need Ibu. Not saying Guehi can't do it, but like you guys have said many a time on this show, best channel defender in the world is Ibrahim Konate. So, of course, Ibu will definitely start. So, bang on, Nadir, I agree with you, mate.
Okay. Lethan, thank you so much for your super chat. Isak worries me. 0 match fitness in 3 months. Gene, fair point. He's been training.
Yeah, he hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't. Yeah, to be fair, he hasn't played, and he's been out for a little while towards the end of the season as well. So, look, but I think he's had a summer off. Everybody has a summer off. He's been training on his own. We know that he will take him a few weeks to get going. But I think once he's at Liverpool, it'll take him a few weeks. Hopefully we'll get him in by 1st of September. Then it's the international break, 3 weeks. He'll be with Liverpool, start training, doing what he needs to do, and I think we'll be okay. Isak is Isak, man. Look, might take him a few weeks, but once he
players adapt. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
Luis Suarez used to not be match fit. He used to come back a game and
World-class players.
moment of magic. It happens. It's fine.
I think
Not
that's
the end
it.
of the world, is
In
it?
2 seconds, I need to take this call.
Okay, I think that's it. You crack on. I think that's it for the supers. But I'll be honest, I think we don't need to worry about Alexander Isak, man. I'm relaxed about Alexander Isak. I think it gets done. The Newcastle can't continue keeping a player like this for so long and then not for that deal for not to happen. They can't keep doing this. The player wants out. He doesn't even want to be seen. Yeah, he's given up his house.
Yeah, and
If
Chin,
that is not
you know yourself, you've been up Newcastle, you know how passionate them fans are. When Andy
mad,
Cole
man.
left, you seen the way they were queuing up outside the, what's it called, St. James's Park, and they were fuming at Kevin Keegan. They won't want him themselves. If they know a player doesn't want to be there, they'll tell him where the door is and tell him to chip. Because from what we're hearing as well, players inside the club are not happy with the situation themselves. So surely he moves. It's best for both clubs that he comes to us. You just need to agree a fee and wait for them to sign their replacements. So, like, I'm the same with Gene. I just wouldn't be panicking yet. If it comes to the last 2 days and we're on the same stuff again, then you know what? Go skits, go crazy, panic like how the BNR Ultra Group panics. It's fine. No one will tell you off. Jazza, you want to be Jazza, you be Jazzy, my brother. Don't worry. You lose your shit. No one's going to tell you off.
Zach is asking Asim, is it Ali Kuche?
Isn't it Akilush, not Ali Kush?
God knows. How do you pronounce it?
I thought it's Akilushe, not Ali Kushe.
It's Akilushe. Aki's right.
So is it Akiluche, yeah?
Yeah, my cousin here.
Zach, it's not Ali Kuche. I can categorically deny that then. Might be Akiluche, but it's not Ali Kuche.
Oh, it's, it might be. It might be right, actually. It might be Ali Kuche. Maybe I'm dyslexic, bro.
Akiluche, yeah.
Is it, yeah?
This is a good question. Bilal, I don't know if he's in the building. He's always like gone mad at me that Liverpool should be signing Ismail Assar.
He always plays well against
I wanted him 5 years ago.
I've always said he's a good player, but he's not Liverpool quality.
I wanted him 5 years ago.
When he's scored against us, and every time he scores, he sends me his goal. And
whenever he plays against us, like when he does score, they beat us or whatever, he makes. I don't say he makes Van Dijk look average. He makes Van Dijk have a bit of a brain fart, you know. Even that goal on Sunday, Van Dijk just started to decide out of nowhere to just step up. I'm not blaming Van Dijk for that goal, but I'm just saying this guy.
You blame him for the goal because he was at fault.
Yeah, but I'm just. But Gakpo was at fault as well for losing the ball, so
yeah, true.
A little bit of a wuss as well. So it works both ways, but he's a good player, man. I agree with you. He's a quality player. I wouldn't.
5 years ago, I think he was 21, 22, and we had Sadio Mane. We were linked to him when he was at Watford.
We signed Jota instead. I remember.
Yes, we signed Jota instead.
But I wanted him as well.
Huh?
I wanted him as well. 40 million.
Yeah, 40 million. Yeah, that was the number. But obviously we got Jota instead, so we move on.
Okay. Last 5 minutes, people. Questions, football related. There's another tweet.
Asim, can I answer something? You don't mind? They think I'm drinking pond water. I need to
explain it. I was going to say, what drink is that, man?
It's Don Simon, as Asim was saying before. Pineapple and guava.
Any good?
Well, isn't it coconut in there?
No, pineapple and guava. It looks a bit weird, doesn't it?
It does look nice, to be fair.
It's all right, but it's not pond water, lads. Don't worry. I won't drink that around here.
Damien is asking, what name's on the back of your beautiful away kit, Asim? You know what, Damien? I got this shirt. So when I was planning to go to the mix zone, which I did go, I was hoping some of the players come out and sign this shirt. So I didn't get anyone's name on the back. But Verts came on the back and he didn't come down. And I stood next to Sky Sports. Thought, you know what? Vinny O'Connor will get a few players because I don't know if that's the contract that they have to go to Sky Sports. But, you know, he spent a good 10, 15 minutes with Cody Gakpo. And then literally Cody Gakpo went the other way. So, yeah, I didn't get anyone's name on it because I was hopeful to get a few signatures on here. And I didn't get anyone's signatures. So I ended up wearing it myself. But, yeah, you know what? I was planning to go and get a Liverpool new kit with Isak on the back.
I'm still waiting to do that, Asim.
But I don't want to jinx it. Junior goes, you stood next to Junior. Junior, actually, if you want to pause the chat for literally 30 seconds so everyone
They've already done it once.
Have you already done it once? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
They don't need pausing, yeah. Just smash that like button, guys. We're on our way to 20k. It helps us out a lot with this, with the algorithm. So make sure, guys, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are on our way to 20k. We did say we want to try and reach it by the 31st of August. Look, to be fair, that was a crazy target that we had. But if we can try and at least get to 18, that would be brilliant. So do your best. Smash that like button. And yeah,
says, at least says jinx it. Okay, get your last 5 minutes, people. Get your questions in, and then we'll call it a day.
I think it's the first week of September, the third.
Why would I need to delete my tweets if Isak doesn't come? The whole bloody world has been telling us that Isak is coming. You tell me.
Like that.
You tell me. Why would I need to delete? Yeah, I'll get abused.
Bro, forget no, bro. Delete your tweets. I'll tell you why, because Newcastle fans are gonna kick the shit out of us. Look, you know why I'm gonna get battered by him, because I've obviously played on their heartstrings a little bit in some of my tweets, so they're gonna come for me. But I don't give a shit. It's part and parcel of the game, part and parcel of the life that we chose. Sorry, so yeah.
Anish Baker, Asim, I have joined the BNR Ultra. Can you add me? Who sent you the link? Must be admin. Let me just quickly accept you. Any questions, people? Get them in.
There's a good question there by Nadir. Asim, 2 best Prem centre backs of all time to start in a Premier League all-time 11. Go on, let's go for that.
Nadir.
Yeah, Nadir. That's a good question. That.
Van Dijk.
Centre backs of all time. Van Dijk.
So it needs to be
someone who compliments him. I've got mine in mind.
Van Dijk. So it needs to be a right centre back, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Mine didn't play on the right side. He played on the left side.
Really? Well, you can go for Stam.
No, I would have liked Stam, but he wasn't in the Premier League long enough.
I can't go for Rio. I don't want to go for Rio.
Who I liked, but the problem is, my problem with liking this guy is he played in very defensive sides, but they hold the record. John Terry, man. He could play with both feet. He could spin the ball. He looked to score a goal.
He played on the left mainly when he was in that team. Yeah, I was going to go Sol Campbell.
Campbell's a good shout as well. Rio was a very good player as well, Asim. Even though he was a dirty monk, he was a top player.
No Man United players allowed, I agreed.
I know he's a TK. Let me think. Asim, you would have seen Tony Adams play. I used to hear Tony Adams was a good centre back.
Adams was the end of his career when I started watching him.
I never got to see him.
To be honest, I wouldn't play Tony Adams and Van Dijk in the same team anyway. I think Tony Adams needs to be the Van Dijk middle centre back.
I think Chin might be onto some of it. Sol Campbell,
Sol Campbell, yeah. Look, he was a pure defender. But I think Terry was better than Sol Campbell.
Yeah, but then Terry played on the left. That's the only thing.
Terry's mainly left side, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go for Terry.
I'm still gonna stick with Terry. I thought he was a top centre.
Company again, same old.
I seen Company have too many bozo moments, especially against us. That goal where Coutinho scored. That goal where Sterling. I think Sterling sent him for a hot dog as well. There was another one where I think Coutinho scored a screamer from outside the box the year after as well. He had a few bozo moments,
Yeah.
He was a good leader. He was a brilliant leader.
Are we going with? Would we go with thingy then?
I'm thinking Terra. I'm going by my age group, and I thought you might have seen some more Prani Papi centre backs because they're a bit older, aren't you?
Yeah.
I've gone Sol Campbell.
We can't go for Man United players anyway.
I'll tell you who I thought was slightly underrated and didn't get the credit because of John Terry.
Carvalho. Gallas. Gallas. Did you say Gallas or Carvalho?
I think Carvalho didn't get the credit as well that he deserved.
Yeah, Carvalho was a top centre back, man. Underrated.
I think Carvalho and Gallas were really, really
Carvalho was pivotal for Porto winning the Champions League, man.
Yeah.
Very good centre back. He even went to Madrid after Chelsea for a bit. It was a bit of a Buddha then, but still.
Yeah, Carvalho was really good. Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah, come on, bro. Modric or Schneider, boys. Come on, yeah. Look, I want to see these questions. Snyder was good, but you're talking Luka Modric, man.
Oh, so you got a super chat. That's a good question, Asim.
Well,
S shot 117. That's a good-
rank Hazard, Mane, Son,
I like that.
Sterling, Sane on prime and overall. So rank Hazard,
That's a good
Mane, and Son. Prime Hazard, I think. Ooh, there's Sane there as well. I would go Hazard. Sterling. Sterling is the bottom for me.
Same for me.
Then I probably go.
I think Sterling was better than Sane.
You think so? Under
in his
16?
prime, Sterling on his prime, there was, bro, we were calling
Sane
him.
in his prime is a torturous team.
Huh?
Sane in
Sane
his
was
prime.
better than Sterling.
Games against those. Sane, because you were up against Trent, for goodness sake, man. Sane, yeah? Look, Sterling, he's a rat. Say what you want. He wasn't a monk, that's why I'm allowed to back him. He wasn't a scum. So I'm allowed.
He's been everywhere as a mercenary.
No, but he hasn't gone to United. Look, for me, you can go to City, you can go to Arsenal. You can't do Man United. That's why Michael Owen is a rat. Yeah. You can go to other clubs. With Sterling, in his prime, Asim, I remember.
He was a good player, but he was
a guy. Son as well, Asim. What a player.
I think there was times he used to win Man City the games, man. He was for that
Sane,
one season, bro.
Yeah, when he used to tap it in because Sane used to cross it.
Oh yeah, like, come on, man.
Yeah, he's right. Sterling's got a lot.
Sane was good. Sane was so inconsistent at times as well, man.
True, he did have attitude problem. I give you that.
Asim, we're talking about the prime of football. We're not looking at the attitude or anything. We're talking at their prime. Who's better?
All right, I'll go Hazard.
Prime, I take Sane.
I go Hazard. Then I go Mane because I have to show my Liverpool bias here. I can't disrespect Sadio Mane. He had everything. Then I go this bit left field. I go Son. I thought Son is a phenomenal player.
I probably agree with that.
He just at the wrong club, man.
This is mine.
Yeah.
No,
mine would be
I'm swapping Sane and Sterling.
Yeah, I'd be the same. I'd swap Sterling and Sane.
So you think Sane was in his prime was better than Sterling?
I did, Gina. He was terror, bro.
He never had a real big prime, man.
He did our City, you know.
Who, Sane?
Yeah, he did.
He was never had a proper.
He was never.
But Gene, when you say prime, yeah, do we put like a time frame on it?
He never had a prime.
He didn't believe he's on it.
Yes, I didn't. I'm not having a go at him. I like Sane.
The question was prime.
I love
Sane overall.
All right.
But that was the question.
So we've answered prime first.
So when they were younger, I think Sterling was better. I think in their prime, Sterling was better. So overall
Sterling's career is better than Sane's, if you ask me.
Obviously, easy. Fucking Sane's easy.
Sane can play on the wing. He can play right, left. He can play number 10. It shows you how much of a good footballer he is. Technically level, unbelievable. Look, Sterling was a good player, really good player. And I think he had a crazy season against with Manchester City where he scored about 23 goals in that season, all comps maybe.
Yeah. But then he also missed the City against Leone.
Bro, I'm not having a go here. Bro, it was only been a fark in the prime between Sterling and Mane. I'm telling you, you're asking.
I agree with this.
I don't agree with that.
I agree with this as well to an extent. Sterling, Mr. Back post tapping.
Sterling was a mercenary.
Yeah, and maybe he's a bit of a bias as well, the way how he left Liverpool.
Hey, check a question now.
Mohsin, Gerrard, Iniesta, Zidane, Modric, Pirlo. So for me, I know Gene's gonna go Iniesta first. I think Zidane, Iniesta.
It has to be who I think is surely next.
Modric.
Yeah, I think that as well. Again, this is all about bias. You have to put bias aside.
Look, different players, but you know what?
But Mister, come on, he showed up in the big moments. He carried us.
I go for Gerrard and then Pirlo.
I've done the exact same order.
You know,
he's gonna go Iniesta first. Here we go.
Iniesta first. Zidane second.
Yeah.
For me, Modric third, Pirlo fourth, Gerrard fifth.
Oh, you know what? I didn't expect him to put Gerrard the fifth, but you know what? Fair play.
But you know what? All of them. Pirlo, Modric,
Pirlo
Zidane, Iniesta.
Pirlo in his prime took piss out of football. He took piss out of football.
Well, you know what, Asim as well.
Yeah,
I just
well,
remembered
I think
Pirlo in
England made him.
2014
I
World
think
Cup.
England made him
England
look
played
good as
them.
well.
No,
Gerrard
not just England. Yeah, Asim, he was
Just
a
England made him
listen,
look
he
good.
was a
In that
finished
final,
footballer.
the Spanish didn't even
Boy,
give him the
listen,
ball.
Pirlo was a finished footballer at AC Milan. He went to Juve, took
And he kicked on.
Oh, look, he was an unbelievable player.
Final. They lost. Yeah, come on.
Don't you think he got more recognition as he got older
He did.
than when he was young in his prime?
Iniesta, Zidane, Modric, on a technical level.
Hakeem Dama, please me, I told you no, bro, please. Now you're taking the piss. You're saying Gerrard is better than Iniesta. You're like, come on, bro. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm his biggest fan. Yeah, but let's not take the piss out of football, man. How can Gerrard be better than Iniesta? Honestly, man. Yeah, relax. I'm a Liverpool fans. We want Gerrard to be number one.
You know what? I just couldn't put Gerrard bottom, yeah.
That's what I was thinking as well.
People second to last. Rakeen Saab Chiki kya? God, I like the loyalty though. I like the loyalty.
What about this
one of
question?
the greatest players to ever play the game, man.
HK LFC, biggest flop, Shevchenko or Chelsea Torres?
Chelsea Torres.
I thought Shevchenko was a huge flop at that time because he came and he was recognized as one of the best.
Million was like 50 million then.
Yeah. Why?
But the thing with Shevchenko is because he came at 29 or something. Yeah, 29, I think, around that sort of age. So he'd already.
Torres showed signs that he was finished though. With Shevchenko, we thought we were getting a world-class player, one of the best players in the world. Anji.
Habit in disguise. Here's a question. Asim, would Son surpass Mane?
Wait. 1 second. I need to address this, Asim. You lot have an agenda against Gerrard because you push the narrative that Salah is our best ever player. Curtis, when I say by God, wallahi, that's got nothing to do with anything. Salah is our best player. Steven Gerrard is still one of the best players. I love Steven as a player in terms of who I loved. Steven Gerrard was number one. He gave me the most unbelievable nights, days, you can even remember. We followed him from we were kids all the way to the end. But Salah delivered the biggest trophy towards his record for the last 8 years, and it's never about any agenda. Gerrard, I love, but to say he's better than Iniesta, are we taking the piss? Are we actually going to sit here and say Gerrard was a better footballer than Andreas Iniesta, and better than Luka Modric? Come on, man, and better than Zidane. We can't sit here and say...
Me and Asim gave plaudits to it.
90 people, you ask 100 people, I guarantee 80 people will say that all these players were better than Gerrard. Gerrard probably admitted himself.
Dylan says Gerrard played in poor teams.
Salah
has not. Yeah, Gerrard did, but I was saying in reference to the previous question that Modric and Pirlo and all these guys are a different level, technical level to Gerrard. Gerrard was an unbelievable player, one of the best midfielders that we've ever seen. But when you compare him to like Iniesta and Zidane, I think even Gerrard will tell you, like, stop comparing me to those sort of players. Let's be honest. Come on.
Only Man United fans who can't compare Paul Scholes to them type of players. We don't do that. Well, I don't do that.
Even look, but in terms of, before you go, in terms of midfield, when anybody ever compares Lampard and Scholes, miles ahead. We flipping five to the ground. But anyway, this was
Suarez is twice the player.
Yeah, same for me, Suarez.
This is a good question by David Rose. I'm slightly going to tweak it. If Mohamed Salah is not taking the next penalty, who takes it for you?
Szoboszlai.
That was
for me, Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai only missed one penalty. Maka's another good shout, but I was very shocked to see Maka miss a penalty, I think that's the first time I've seen him miss a penalty. For Brighton, I don't think he missed a penalty.
I would go... Gene, who would you go for? If Mohamed Salah...
If we didn't have a choice, he's been told he's coming off Alexander Isak.
That's a good shout as well.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Isak on McAllister. Yeah, I would. We're obviously gonna judge him on that last penalty, aren't we? But McAllister would be a good shout. To be fair, I think generally he can keep his cool. But Szoboszlai, I think, was probably the best shout from the current squad. Any more questions, Ake?
Did you not have a question up before when Gene took it, or did we not take that one? I can't remember.
Is Billy in the chat?
If Billy has good questions,
if he's in the chat, just whatever it is, just put it up because.
Asim.
Or it was that question.
Oh, Asim would no. Mane was Mane. Sadio was Sadio. I think Sadio Mane was.
But do you not think Son could do that with better players around him?
I think I might. It might be a bit controversial, but some will. I don't know if you guys will agree with me. Son, I think, is a technically better footballer than Sadio, but Sadio
Comfortable on both
was
feet.
much better player overall. And would Son be better than what we saw from Sadio over the years? I don't think so. Sadio is a fucking winner.
Now,
And
1920
honestly,
season, he carried us. The big moments he gave
he did,
us
man.
that
He
year.
did.
That was a bit Salah's bit of a quieter season. That was Mane carried us, so he come up with clutch moments as well. I did.
Sadio, man. When you know when the like he epitomizes like the winning mentality. When really the tough players really get going, when it's really tough for you in matches. And how many times have I talked about that trait, coming to the halfway line and saying, "Give me the ball." I love that trait, honestly. And that trait doesn't get enough credit, honestly, in today's football. And we're all about output. But really judge your players when your team really needs you. And Sadio Mane, in those big European nights, big, massive league games, he never shied away. And I love him for it. And I'll always give him credit for it.
I had to put this up.
Yeah, I'm have a different answer from you boys.
Prime Suarez is better than Prime Salah, 100%. I think Suarez is a much better footballer.
Suarez for me,
that's not even the question.
Suarez is arguably the greatest nine of our generation, boys.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's who Luis Suarez is.
He nearly carried us to a title with absolute garbage around him and a few wonder kids.
But Salah is the best player to ever play for Liverpool, because we're not just talking about prime, we're talking about longevity and what you've done for the club and all those sort of stuff. Ho gaya, done. Best Liverpool game you've seen live. Gene,
you will have seen more than me. Gone.
Is that Chelsea game, isn't it?
For me, it's that Chelsea game.
Was it over the line? Did it go over the line?
Yeah, it was over the line, man. It was over.
Where were you sat? Were you in Cop?
Main stand that day. Road 28, main stand.
Bloody
Bro,
hell.
it was the whole stadium was stood up for 90 minutes. 90 whatever minutes is the best atmosphere I have ever experienced. It was crazy, man. That game.
Okay. Here's a question from Luciano Scapate. Sounds Italian to me, so it'd be wrong, especially when we've had a year we go for Leone, Giovanni, I should call him. Yildiz or Gakpo? To be honest with you, I can't really comment on Yildiz because I've not
Gene
seen.
can comment on Yildiz. Gene knows Yildiz very well.
Again, I don't want to disrespect anybody.
He's turned Italian.
Come on, Keenan Yildiz is primed to be a star, and he's going to be an unbelievable winger. Keenan Yildiz, man.
Yildiz got a higher ceiling than what Gakpo.
Of course, he's got a higher ceiling.
That's what it comes down to.
Would you take Yildiz at Liverpool then, Gene?
Yes,
I would as well, Asim.
ठीक है. हो गया, let's call it.
It was at United for this one, man. That was a game, man. I remember this 3-0 down, them 3 goals. Neo Ruddock and Cloughy scored 2. 3-0 down, come back to 3-3.
You there? We there?
I thought, how old is Gene there for a second?
I wasn't there for that one. I remember it.
Jake's in the house. Guehi has the brains over Konate. I mean, yeah, I can see what you're saying.
I think it's easy to say brains when you're. I want to see the brains at Liverpool.
100% valid point.
I'm not going to go, and I love Guehi to come in, but it's easy to have a go at our defender right now. Not a go at him, but say that he's got it on. When you come to Liverpool, it is a completely different kettle of fish.
And you know what, Jake? But you know what, Jake? You can also have the brains, but you can have. I probably agree with you. He has the brains, but sometimes not even the brains are not good enough at a club like Liverpool, Because if you don't have the balls to play at Liverpool, you can have the
Anjay.
brains, but if you don't have the balls,
Kate
you're
baat
not.
karo.
So you need the brains and the balls at Liverpool.
Asim, I have to put this question up. Oh, know this one. Where's it gone now, man? Oh,
Yeah,
my
you know
favorite
that
Spurs goal ever. I know which one is.
Is it
mine's
Norwich?
against Newcastle.
Anfield.
Do you remember that
Which
free?
one?
Eh? That free
Which
kick
one?
when you go, it's in.
Oh yeah, that was
Remember?
brilliant. But you know what? That other one, that it was like a bit of a Thiago.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
way he hit
Against
that,
Norwich.
unbelievable.
What about his goal
Yeah.
against Newcastle? I think his Newcastle
I
goal's
saw
the
that
best.
game live. Unbelievable. Oh, that Newcastle, it wasn't his debut.
No,
No,
that was, I think it was his second season there or something. When Enrique
Sure,
hit
yeah.
that long ball and then he took it on his
Oh,
shoulder,
that
went
was
around corner cheek and the keeper.
unbelievable goal. Unbelievable. I think that was a midweek fixture.
You know, one of my favorite goals with him was Stoke. He put it through the legs and bent it.
Oh yeah, mate, yeah, bent it around. That was in the League Cup, wasn't it?
Hassan goes to the day and now balls. I think, come on, man. I'm going through the body parts. Body parts. It's a biology lesson as well. I think we're done, boys. I think we're done. Ho gaya. Let me just quickly check the supers. Yeah, they're done. Okay, people, you've had us for 1 hour and 25 minutes. You know what to do. Please like and subscribe on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I think we've gone over 16.2. Whilst we have enjoyed a bit of sleep, let us wake up to 16.3. That would be nice as well. And let us know below the line what you think. Just quickly, this question has popped up a few times. Van Dijk or Maldini? Give me one name.
Maldini left back, Van Dijk centre back.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you said Nesta, fair enough. Maldini was more of a left back from what I see.
Maldini's prime was a left back.
Yeah, can't
Okay.
compare.
Okay, people. As Kamran says, Maro Yashi, and have a good night. We see you on the next one. Bye for now.